Hi guys, welcome to Treasures by Trees. So today I have a special guest that's going to be joining me here on the couch, and I am going to allow her to introduce herself.
I am Bridget. I am originally from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, but I've been living here for about 11 years. And I just met Treese about, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, sweet girl.
What can I say?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate, you guys just, thinking enough to share about, what you picked up from that particular podcast. And I just appreciate all the new subscribers. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're not going to prolong time. Just wanted to give a shout out to my Steelers. It is preseason, but the television is on. I am, she's a Steelers girl. So, yeah, we're winning. Of course, Detroit. They've been
hype all day.
all day. Yeah, Detroit. What can we say, right? They are they still a team? Yeah, that. And so we're going to be talking about knowing your worth and navigating through single life, dating, and life itself, because sometimes life kind of deals you like blows and stuff.
Right.
And so we're going to talk about just, kind of navigate through different subjects or whatever. But the main point is knowing your worth. It is so important. And so
yes, it is.
Absolutely. And so we'll get started there. And so knowing your worth, why this is so important. It's so important for women and men to know your worth. It's not a woman thing. It's not a man thing. It's a people thing. Because if you don't know your worth, then you'll accept anything. Yeah. And so for me, Catrice, remember, we're always talking about what we've been through, our, traumas, dramas, relationships, whatever, divorces, just our personal opinion. And so for me, I would say this: I deserve God best. And so right. I'm going to marry his best, I'm going to live in his best, and I'm going to work in his best. Jesus died so I could, so I'm going to get that. And so, right. I think that as far as women, when you get to a point where you're completely content with being single and being alone, you tend not to be able to accept anything.
Except whatever.
Right.
And that's not cool.
Right, absolutely. Because you come to a point in time where you're like, okay, I'm good. Because if this is not going to work, then why am I going to accept less than? And so that's where I am. That's where Bridget is as well. And so first thing for me, when I meet someone, the first thing I say, what are you seeking?
Right. Yeah, because really when you're dating somebody, you're dating with a purpose. You're not dating just to be because you can take yourself to the movies, you can do all that, but you're dating with a purpose.
Absolutely.
The goal is, marriage, because, at this age, like I'm 47 and almost 48, and I don't just want to be just casually just dating. I'm dating with a purpose, I want to just be like, oh, this is my friend, or this is my boyfriend at almost 50.
I know.
Come on.
Oh, who wants?
I'm like, nobody wants that.
No, we don't even call them boyfriends. We call them my man. That's my man. That's my woman.
Right.
So,
I'm dating with a purpose. I don't
absolutely.
want just a boyfriend. This my man. None of that. So,
yeah, because who got time to waste?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Marriage. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Marriage is the goal. And so once I meet him and I say, if you're seeking, we talk about what we're seeking. If he say, hey, I'm looking for a friend, I'm looking for somebody, just, not really sure, exit stage, left.
Gotta go. Or if you meet somebody and they like, I ain't really, I got, I got a friend, I got somebody, but we having problems, goodbye. Right. Gotta go. Mm-mm. No, because if you start off like that, it's not going to end well at all.
No, because
I don't want nobody that's just got a friend or we having problems. No, I don't want it.
Because it's not single.
It's not.
And
not at all.
Pay attention to what people are telling you. Pay attention to what they're saying, man or woman. If you're saying that somebody is there, that this person exists for this said reason, you need to listen to that and pay attention to that. And also, I know my worth and I know what value I bring to the table. Like, I'm not perfect, but I know one thing about me: I'm enough. So,
right. You always gotta know you enough. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What happens when you don't?
It's like, I don't know. Like, I have daughters, and I always told them, you know, you don't have to stay in something just because you feel like you have to, because you want a man, you want to, you know. Once my girls got older, you know, I didn't want them to see, you know, because I've been in a relationship that I stayed in for all the wrong reasons. And once they started off when they were younger, and then once they got older and they started hearing things and seeing, I was like, I don't want them to think that this is okay.
Right.
So no, you are enough.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Because if you're in a relationship and you have daughters and you have sons at home, they're seeing this stuff that's unhealthy. Yeah. You know, you're setting the stage to tell them it's okay to accept this.
Especially when you have sons, you know, some of them, if they see things like that, they're not gonna respect women.
Right.
They're not gonna respect women.
Yeah. This is true. And so we have to set the standard for our children, because if we accept this and they're seeing mommy accept this, then they're gonna think, oh, it's okay.
It's okay. They don't think it's okay.
Mom was with somebody that treated her like this, and it's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not.
And I would say, after you experience regret enough times, you quickly learn how much better nothing is on your own terms, because I'd rather have nothing on my own terms than to be with somebody or dealing with anybody.
I can just do it by myself.
Yeah,
that's just, you know, just to say you have a man, I got somebody, you know, that's not good. That's not good at all. Mm-mm. So,
yeah, nothing is better than nothing, and
right.
My nothing is always going to be on my own terms, because it's not worth it. Period. Point blank.
Absolutely not.
When you have standards, you will not accept everything that's being offered. I've always been a woman of standards. I've always learned, you know, known my worth, knowing. I've known my value. I would say at about 22, 23. I started learning my value after this relationship I was in for about 5 years. This guy was something. I was like sprung. This was the first like sprung where you could not. You know, you break up. You be like
right.
You know they cheating on you, but you break up. You like, and you take them right back.
Take them right back. I mean, we all been there. I know I've been there a couple times. And after a while, you know, you just get like numb to it, and I just like forget it. I'm over it.
Yeah, it took me 5 years to get rid of him, and when I tell you it was difficult, but being with him, he taught me my worth at a very young age. I think I started dating him about 21. It took maybe 23, 24, 25 when I finally was able to get him out of my system. But one thing I learned very much after him, I realized something, that like if you cheated on me, I was able to walk away from you at a very young age, at about 24 years old, because I learned very early that was something that I wasn't going to accept. Because when you're dealing with an overthinker and you're cheating, the overthinker can't handle that, because every time you leave the door, she's gonna think
you're doing something.
Right.
That happened to me because I was in a relationship for a very long time, at least like off and on for like 11 years. And after a while, I said, forget it. Right before I moved here, and I was like, now I'm thinking everybody lying.
Right.
You know, like me and my sister had a conversation about that. She was like, oh, somebody, you probably need a little therapy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't believe half of the things the guys tell me. I'm like, because it sounds like a lot. I'm like, so.
Yeah. That's definitely.
I have a problem with trust.
Yeah, those are trust issues. And in order to date, if you have trust issues, I encourage you not to date until you resolve those issues, because it's unfair for the next person to meet you, and they don't have anything to do with what happened to you in the past, right?
That's right.
And so
leave the past in the past, and I brought it over into another relationship, and that's not good. It's not good at all.
And it's never gonna work. You can't do it. And that's why I always say, be healthy enough today. Be healthy enough to have resolved some of your past issues, whether you have to go to therapy, whether you got to sit at the altar, go see your pastor, sit on your knees, prayer, fasting. Stop getting in relationships when you're unhealthy, because it's not going to work.
Like jumping from one relationship to the next, like as soon as you get out of that one, you end this. When you end that one, it's not good. You need to take a break. You need to take have some time to yourself.
Absolutely.
Learn yourself and know your worth.
Yeah, heal. Because if you say, oh, I love Johnny, then you meet Bill 3 weeks later.
Yeah,
how you look
possibly
you're not over Johnny?
You're not gonna give him your all because you still over here thinking about the
Johnny.
Part. Yeah.
So. Bill like hell. What? And so you definitely have to pay attention to that. And so and people that know their value, know how valuable you are. Oh my goodness. People know how valuable you are. They're just not hoping. They're hoping you don't, basically. Right. And so,
want you to fall for anything?
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
when you meet somebody, man or woman, you can tell their standards. You can tell what type of person this is. You can tell you the value.
Right.
But they're gonna. I hate to, I got a potty mouth, but they'll shove shit up you, right?
Oh yeah.
And hoping you'll accept that because they truly hope that you don't know your value. And when you truly know your value, you're just not gonna accept that. You're not going to accept that because you're gonna have standards, and your standards will not allow you to accept that. And so that is so important. And so my worth is not up for debate. Period. Point blank. And so. My worth doesn't change because of one person's inability to value it.
That's right.
If you know who I am, I've shown you who I am. It doesn't matter if you value that or not. I'm just exit stage left.
That's right. Because sometimes somebody told me this a long time ago. People can play a role for a little bit, in the beginning, but they don't forget their lines.
Yeah.
After a while. So,
that's good.
Yes. they gonna forget it. Yeah.
Representatives. You always meet the representative. If you stick around, you'll meet the person. And then when you meet the person, then you'll realize very soon, this ain't it. He ain't it. And remember, you always need to remember when these relationships end, this is not your person. That's all. It's just not your person.
One door closed, another one opens.
That's period. And so we're going to talk about single life challenges and likes and dislikes.
Yeah. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this single life, I tell you, okay. My thing, and my sister talk about it all the time. Being single, it's fine. It's okay. I have people that try to put me with somebody. They was like, oh, I'm gonna hook you up with this person, or I know I'm gonna fix you up with that one. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm totally okay with being single. They think you over here crying in the corner, got your bottle of wine over here, and this. Playing your music. I'm like, it's okay. They be more messed up about it than I am. I'm not even messed up about it. I'm good.
Right, yeah.
So I want it to happen naturally. I want, I might be at the gas station, I'm gonna be at Walmart. Right. Just let it happen like that. And as far as I don't want to pick anybody on my own anymore because I had picked so many people, and picked the wrong people.
Absolutely.
So I want God to,
choose them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. There's a stigma with single life, and there's a stigma with independent women. They feel as though, you don't need a man. You don't want a man. Because I've been told, hey, you beautiful. You got this great career. You got this life. You don't need a man. Do you even want a man? We don't need a man. Nobody needs a man or a woman. That is a want, right? It's a beautiful accessory, right?
Yeah, you want.
No, I don't need a man. I can take care of myself. I can take myself out to dinner. I can do whatever I need to do as a single woman. And we have stash boxes, right? We have boxes of stash stuff. That we keep, right? So we
don't need you for anything. It's a want. It's not a need. It's a want.
It's a want.
People have to remember that. It's a want, not a need.
And that plays into a relationship because that comes down to wholeness. When you meet somebody that need you, that means, woe is me. I need you to pay my bills. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Mm-hmm. But when you don't need that, and you can come to the table, he comes to the table with what he has, and you come to the table with what you have. You guys can have the most natural love because and it's like a pure love, sort of say, because
you don't have to worry about somebody like, oh, they with me because they want me to do this, or
right,
do
for
that.
the money.
You know,
Because
it's a lot.
yeah, it's I always call it the purest form of love, because she doesn't need you, you don't need her. So
Right.
when y'all get together, it's purely because this is the person I choose, this is the person I want to be with. It's not because I need her to help me.
Right.
I don't need to pay her bills, and that's just, I call that the purest form of love.
Because you have some relationships where they really just in it for the security. And
Absolutely.
That's
Marriages
that's
too.
it. That's all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in it for the security, in it for the kids
Yep.
and stuff. And it's just miserable.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I tell you.
What about when they like, well, I know you've been married before, but I haven't been married. But, you know, I've had a couple of times I could have been married, but, you know, I'm just not going to get married just to say I got a husband.
Right.
Somebody, you know, like, well, why are you not married? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? You know, like, why is it got to be me?
Right.
Why is it got to be me? What's wrong with you?
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's
and
crazy.
That's the question we get asked as single women, because I'm always asked, like, you this, you're that, you know, because people put you in the box, right?
Oh,
they
all the time.
they tend to think you're this, you're that, you know, whatever they think, because it doesn't mean that's who you are. And so they ask, why are you single? Because you too pretty to be single. It ain't got nothing to do with looks. I choose to be single because I refuse to accept less than.
It's a choice.
I
It's a personal
refuse
choice.
to settle.
Right.
And I'm okay with being single until God sends me my mate.
That's right.
Hi, future husband, if you're listening. Yeah, you'll find me.
That's right. Because I'm not settling for anything.
No.
Not anything.
I think we've done enough of that. And when
Yeah.
you've done enough, you're
When you
over
come to a
that.
certain age, you like, I'm over it. This stuff like you supposed when you're 20s, you know, you
Yeah.
still in your 20s and stuff like that. But not almost 50, you know.
No.
Mm-mm.
You're over with that. Definitely. And so we're gonna dating life, qualities in a good mate. And yeah. And so I would say for me as a Christian, of course, he has to love God, because you can't love me unless you love God.
That's right.
And have your stuff together. Like, you have to, of course, be a great communicator. I would say another quality, you know, you have to bring something to the table. I'm not the type of person that, I'm not the woman you have to check off all the lists, like you have to be 6'5", you have to make this, you got to live here, you got to drive this. No. But I'm the type of woman, I'm looking at your heart, not so much your outer appearance.
Inside, not the outside, because like looks fade, you know, but the inside, that doesn't go away.
No. And so you can be 6'5" and chisel with the muscles and and make all this money and be horrific. And so I don't care about that type of stuff. I care about what type of man you are, you know, can I trust you? You know, are you a man of standards? Are you a man of your word? And will you be a good mate? Will you be a good husband? Will you be a good friend? And that stuff is important. And so many,
very important. And
God looks at the inner, you know. I always think about beauty and looks and stuff like that. It's in the eye of the beholder, you know. So it doesn't really play a big role for me. How big is what you think?
I mean,
these
like
5', 6'5".
You don't have to be like so, because I mean, like, you expect something from somebody. You want, I want this man with a 6-pack and all this, but you got like 10 roles yourself.
I know.
You know, so you can't do that. You can't be like, well, I want him to look like this, I want him to look like that. But I got stuff I need to work on too, you know. But I say, hey, let's work on it together.
I know, that's right. I met some women like that.
Yeah.
They over here looking like with 8 rows. And,
but they want him to look like this.
But they always talking about somebody ugly.
No.
Like, nah, honey.
We can work on this together. You know, you want him to be this certain size, this certain, you know, all this, but I'm looking like this. But hey, we can work on it together.
Absolutely.
And stereotypes, it's a lot of stereotype. Like, you know, it's
the way I've always looked at that, for these women, you want this 6'5" chisel muscle, 6-pack, 5-pack, whatever, but you ain't even got that. Whatever you desire, you should at least have that. If you want this good looking man with all this, you know, 6 figures, 6'5", gorgeous, you should be that. Yeah. You should be at 6 figures.
I agree.
You should be gorgeous. You should be Because how are you to sit here and set your standards so high, and he here and you're there?
Yeah, you're not even matching. You're not even close.
Right. So I've never understood that. And it's nothing wrong with wanting that, but I've always looked at it like, for me to desire that, I need to be that. Right. Meaning that if I want a man with a good heart, I need to have a good heart. Exactly. If I want a kind man, I need to be kind. If I want a loving man, I need to be loving. And so that's important to me. And I don't care about looks. That's just not something that I gravitate to. Like,
I want to know what's in here.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about your heart.
You can look so good and so fine and have an ugly spirit.
Yeah, be a whole monster.
Right. I don't want that.
Absolutely. And we're gonna. And so, our last talking point: what are you willing to accept when it comes to meeting a potential partner? And this kind of piggybacks on what we just said, because most women, we desire tall men, right? We want the 6'3", 6'2", at least 6 foot, right? And so sometimes, some women tend to accept the 5'3", 5'4", 5'5", but that's not what they want. They accept this because he's nice, he's kind. Yeah. Oh, he loves Jesus, but you're not attracted to him.
Yeah, if it's not what you really want, then don't do it. Don't do it, because in the end, you're not going to be laid on down the line. You're going to be resentful. You're going to be looking like
right.
It's going. You'll eventually might go a different direction. Might go on the outside. You don't want to do that.
Right.
So if that's not what you want, do not do it. Don't do it.
Look, don't
be like, he ain't 6'4", but. He's nice and he's sweet. Mm-hmm.
He loves Jesus,
right?
And he weighed 300 pounds.
No, you don't want that.
You have to be attracted to the person that you want. I'm not attracted to heavy guys. That's just me. I'm not, right? But it doesn't mean that the next woman don't find them widely attractive. You have to know what you want, what you desire, and what you're seeking. And so I've settled. We've all settled. But when you get to 47, 45, 46,
I'm out for that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
no, I'm not settling.
She's good. She's not doing that. She's done that. And so it's just not gonna happen. And so I would also say, for me, I've outgrown who I used to be, and I'm proud of that. Because as you age, you should not be the same person you were at 20.
Yes, at 20, I'm definitely not the same person I was at like 20, 25. No, I'm definitely not.
No.
You shouldn't be on the same. If you're on the same level as you were when you were in your 20s, it's a problem.
It's a big problem.
Something going on.
Something wrong. You should be from a caterpillar to a butterfly at this point. Like, come on, man. We're too old for this. And both versions of yourself is needed and to exist in different seasons to get you exactly where you are today. And so my past has helped me to get here. And so without my past, I wouldn't be the woman I am now. I don't regret anything from my past.
Me either.
There were lessons and blessings in that. And so this is where we at.
All right.
And so I would say, for how you view yourself determines how you allow others to see you. If you have very low self-esteem and a very low self-worth, that's what you're going to attract.
Oh yeah, that's what you're going to. Because somebody told me that a long time ago, like, well, the guys that it's something you give off.
It's the energy.
It's something that you give off that attracts you to those type of guys. So it's got to be something that you might need to change, in order for that to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You are exactly who you think you are, even if it's not what God actually thinks of you. God wants us to live life and live life abundantly. He didn't say accept less. He didn't say accept abuse. He didn't say accept dysfunctionality.
Right.
It's whatever level you decide to live on.
Right.
You choose. You make that choice,
exactly.
Not him.
What about the guys you pass? The good guys you pass up for the ones that you think you want.
Right.
Because
you looking on the outside.
Looking on the outside.
You'll miss what God got for you. Looking at that 6'5". Oh, girl, we can write a book.
Oh, yeah.
Standards are yours alone to set. If you don't have standards, shame on you. Men and women, shame on you. Go ahead and set the bar wherever you want it. If people can't meet it, that doesn't mean it's too high. It just means they're too short.
Right.
I have a bar. It's set. You gonna meet it?
Oh, I'm out.
Exit left. I'm telling you. That's just where I'm at in life, because I'm okay with being single, but a lot of women, they're not. We have so many men and women.
I met a lot of older women too.
Desperation.
Like desperate. I'm like, what is this? I'm like,
honey,
really?
Read a book.
I'm like, I had met women in like 60s. They're just like so desperate for that. I'm like, come on now.
And we're not sitting here saying we don't desire relationships and partnerships. We're just saying that we're at a point in our age where we refuse to accept less than in order to gain that relationship and partnership. I desire a husband. I desire a partner. I desire a mate, but I'm not willing to, lower my standards to get that. I'm not doing that. She's not doing that. She doesn't do that. And I'm gonna say this. My friend from Arkansas, hi, Mr. Jackson. He wanted me to ask this question. He said he wants to know, what role do women contribute in the demise of a relationship that has ended? And we can only speak for the roles that we contributed to the end of a said relationship in our past. And I'm gonna say this, as I told him, speaking for Catrice, I've contributed by not listening, by not being a good partner, by not how you have to bend and kind of mold in relationships. That wasn't my personality when I was young. Always wanting to be right, always wanting. I'm spoiled. I can't help it. My ex-husband spoiled me. So sorry. I'm just spoiled. That's not going anywhere. Trust issues, smart mouth, being very disrespectful. The list goes on. I've contributed to a lot of relationships, that ended where I, was at fault, and some we both contributed to the end of that said relationship. So, Mr. Jackson, it just depends on that woman, because every woman has to take ownership on what she did to contribute to the end of that relationship. And I'll let Bridget kind of speak on some of the things that she had.
With me, a few things I know. I didn't speak up. So I felt like towards the end, they lost respect for me. They lost respect. So once the respect is gone, it's pretty much, it's a wrap. Yeah. They felt like, well, she put up with that. I could do this. And I could. And no man really wants a woman that they can run over. So I made a mistake in that part. Yeah, that's the part that I played in, and I didn't speak up when I should have, and I didn't. I just, like I said, I should have just spoke up more and stood my ground at the time. And I feel like he lost respect for me. And like I said, once that's out the window, it's over. It's pretty much over. So that's the part I played in it. And I feel like, I learned from that. So none of that anymore.
So, Mr. Jackson, it just depends on the woman, and it depends on the relationship. It depends on the ownership and the acknowledgement of that said woman, because until she, accept that, hey, this is my fault while we're not together, it's kind of hard. It's a toughie question, because it's an individual question, right?
Right.
A woman can only speak to what she has done in her past relationships to cause that relationship to end. And so, speaking from a woman and your friend, women, we tend not to own everything. We tend, that
you have to be right.
But but if I did it, I did. If it's blue, it's blue. If it's green, it's green. I'm not gonna try to pretend like I didn't say it. I didn't do it. I am a work in progress. I love Jesus with everything. Honey.
That's right.
I'm a work in progress. I drink, yes I do. I curse, yes I do. I am a sinner. But do I glory in my sin? Absolutely not. I am a work in progress. I don't sit here try to be better than anybody else. I go to church. I pay my tithes. I love Jesus. I pay my offering. But I am not a holy roly. I don't look down on people. I am not to judge. That's what he does. And so I would tell anybody, be yourself, your authentic self. Be who you are. Don't let people put you in a box and tell you, Because I've had people say, oh,
yeah.
you're a Christian, you drink. What do you do?
Hey, you can drink. Jesus drank the wine. I'm like, as long as you don't follow
Well,
and get sloppy and
he didn't drink it, but he did turn it into, he turned wine into wine.
Well,
he didn't drink it though, but
he didn't say we couldn't drink. I want somebody to point out to me where they say you can't drink.
You just gotta get in your scriptures because it names who can't drink, the elders, the deacons and stuff. So I'm just saying that be you, be your authentic self. Don't allow people to box you in and try to tell you who you are, even as a Christian or as an individual.
That's right.
Because people tend to have their perspective of who they think you are. Be who you are, live authentic, live your life, and just love.
Yeah.
Love. Life
It's all about what's inside.
Yeah. Yeah. And so guys, we definitely we're gonna end there. Wanted to jump on and just share. And like I said, thank you guys for listening. You have been such a wonderful audience. Thank you, Bridget, for getting on the couch. And so thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe in red, all caps.
Okay.
And so definitely we're gonna like I said, we're gonna be talking about real subjects and real life traumas and stuff, because it's not, you can be cute and single, but it ain't all that fun going to bed every night with them throw pillows, man. I don't care how big your stash is, your box, but you kind of want to be held every now and then.
Every now and then you want that physical touch.
Yes, she miss intimacy. Right. Yes. Oh God, it's okay. We're gonna end there before I get. She's gonna say too much. Yeah. And guys, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you
for having me.
Absolutely. And guys, definitely thank you for your comments. Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching Treasures by Trees. And hopefully, we'll be back on next week with another guest. And so until then, still a nation. I think we got, let me see this score here before I sign. 23-0. Detroit. Yeah. Y'all so sorry. Even though it's preseason, but yeah, they suck. All right, guys. Until next week. Bye.